One thing I always talk about is copywriting's best kept secret, which is voice of customer research. So many of my clients say to me that they struggle with writing, that they find it takes them ages, that they don't know if what they're writing is any good when it comes out of their head and onto the page, that they can articulate in their head, but when it comes out, they don't know. That they try and write and it's just too hard, so they don't do it anymore. So there's loads and loads of pain points around writing. But when we run digital businesses, we know we need to write for it. So one thing I always say to people is you never have to just sit down and start writing. Copywriters do not sit down and start writing. We always do voice of customer research first. And there are loads and loads of ways to do voice of customer research. And that is why I have started giving my module 1 of my website Words Academy for free, which shows you how to do voice of customer research. So it works for whether you're about to write your website, whether you're going to write emails, whether you're going to write blog posts, social media captions. It just gives you this wealth of information and audience insight so you can then sit down and start writing with something to work from. So voice of customer research is amazing. There are lots of different ways to do it. Like I said, you can go on Amazon, you can go on Facebook, you can do interviews, you can do testimonials. But sometimes we don't have time to do all this in-depth voice of customer. I would always recommend doing it if you're going to write a big piece of writing. But say you want to sit down and just write an Instagram caption, but you want a bit of inspiration to do it from. I am going to show you today an amazing hack for finding your audience pain points. So what they are struggling with at the moment, what they find frustrating, what they find is holding them back, all the things related to your business that you can solve that your customer is talking about online. Now, lots of people have a kind of thing about problem marketing, it's called. So this kind of idea of, oh, I don't want to talk about problems all the time because it's kind of negative, and that's so true. And we don't have to always be hammering on our clients' pain points. However, psychologically, we do know that humans are more motivated to avoid a problem or avoid a pain than they are to gain a benefit. There are countless studies on this. So if we can lead with problems, or at least show our clients that we are empathetic to their problems, then it will draw them in more often than not than starting with a desire or a motivation. That's just how psychology works. So yes, we don't want to always be talking pain points and frustrations, but we do want to use them quite often in our copy, because you will find you get higher conversions, or at least higher, longer read rates if you're starting with problems. So this is a really amazing copywriting hack to really quickly find some customer pain points so that you can just really quickly knock out an Instagram post or maybe an email based on real-time insights to what your clients are thinking. So I'm going to share my screen and show you exactly how to do it. Now, instead of going onto Amazon and trawling through all the reviews to find your voice of customer research, which is such an important exercise, do not get me wrong, this hack I'm going to show you does not replace that. But if you want to get some quick pain points, you don't have time to kind of go through Instagram and Amazon reviews, then this is the way to do it. So it's a formula. So this is the formula here, and I will put it in the notes so you know exactly what it is. So it's site:/amazon.com in URL, product reviews, tired of. So what that formula is doing, saying to Google, is find all the Amazon product reviews that use the word tired of, and then we can add our own keyword in at the end. So say you're a coach who helps people who are kind of suffering maybe from midlife, menopausal symptoms, and one of their main problems is insomnia. You would put insomnia as your keyword here, and look what you get. Google does the work for you. So it finds all reviews which use the words tired of and insomnia on Amazon book reviews. So you can just really quickly take some inspiration. So if you're tired of taking sleep medications, give yoga a try. This one says, tired of being up half the night, tossing and turning. I have periods of insomnia often for weeks on end. So all this stuff is really great little voice of customer nuggets you can then use to write Instagram posts or TikTok posts or whatever you want to do. So if you're tired, you feel like your life is suffering, that could be a pain point you could use. get your life back. That's a great little voice of customer phrase there. So there's loads of different ways: feeling groggy, forgetful, anxious, and not being able to sleep. So these are just really quick snippets from Amazon on voice of customer data. So let's change this to, say, for example, procrastinating. Okay, so tired of procrastinating. Say you're a life coach or a business coach, and your clients always say to you they are just constantly procrastinating and they just can't kind of get to what they want to do. You might put that as your keyword in here. So then we look at reviews here. Got tired of experiencing the guilt and shame for not doing as much work as I could. That would be an amazing caption. So do you feel guilt and shame because you're not doing the work you should? And then you go into your kind of solution. So again, this book, My Life, Overeating and Overspending, is that something you can bring in as well? Obsessive perfectionist, constantly editing as I write. So that's something I could maybe use for my voice of customer research. So you can really see how it works. So what you do is, and I will give you this formula, and then you put your own keyword at the end, play around with it. It's a really good way of collecting really quick voice of customer research that you can then use to write copy that is quicker and easier, but also loads more impactful.